started again Tuesday, February 24th. So we're almost out of this month. We Ramadan started last week, and the village idiot took the American army and went to the Mediterranean. That's how he negotiate, by bluffing and threatening, and he's stuck there with the war criminal that is blobbing about war on the Sunni and Shias, and it's like we are in medieval now. And talking about the two thugs of solutions, there's no ideology, there is no promised land anymore, there is no chosen people, just pure thuggery and power and will and killing and genocide and kidnapping head of states and stealing oils. But anyway, I want to talk about the destruction of the conservative East Fox, whatever, and Tucker Carlson. This guy is making a lot of headways, not just here, but in Arab and Muslim world. They think he's exposing Israel and the Zionist project, and of course the liberal talks about how he anti-Trump and criticizing Trump, and this is really what we are here, what we have. The liberal would rather have a fascist than having a progressive socialist voices. So that's what we've done with Trump anyway. We courted him and was the media darling and whatever until he became the head of the circus. So Tucker Carlson, has been criticizing Israel and criticizing Netanyahu, but he's saying things we already know a long time ago, but for the wrong reasons. Just attacking Christian in Jerusalem, and then attacking Christians and killing Christians, and now he's claiming that Israel is the most dangerous country, most violent country in the world. I know Israel is an apartheid, Zionist, Western colonial settler project. That's what we really need to talk about. But the most violent country in the world is America. America caused the death of millions of people in Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria. All the destruction, and he tried to differentiate between the Israelis' violence and American violence. This guy is a fraud and destruction, and we really need to understand Israel is just a vessel, a military vessel for the Western colonial project in the Middle East. It's just the role of Israel there is destruction and causing mayhem and making sure this area is not stable. So the Arab idiots and Arab Zionists rely on American protection, and that's what happened in Saudi Arabia, Emirates, Qatar, wherever. They just have an American base, and that's they abuse women, they abuse minority, they abuse democracy. There is no democracy there. But it doesn't matter as the oil flowed, and making sure they are not causing any trouble to their client in the Middle East, Israel. So, I'm just fed up with this all hoopla about Tucker says this and Tucker says this, and Tucker was detained in Israel, and Tucker talked to American embassy in Israel, and he confronted him and told him this is Israel really? This Netanyahu was the descendant of the Jew. Just high school debate. The problem is that is uh, uh, criticizing Israel doesn't make you, necessarily a hero in the Arab or in the Muslim world. But you have to criticize Israel for the right reason. You have to have a historical perspective about the role of Israel, why Israel was established in the Middle East from the first place, and for to just to be a client for the West, for a client for the British when the British were superpower, and then a client for the French when the French were superpower, and a client for the American when America is superpower, declining, but it's still the superpower. So Israel is not really a state. It's not a state with history, with policy, with institution that respect international law. It's an apartheid colonial settler state that's been it's been like that for over 80 years, and killing and genocide, and this has been going on for years. So, I mean, the guy is coming and saying Israel is the most violent because he went and saw some destruction or talked to some Christian Palestinians. And this guy is dangerous. It's a destruction. His argument is dangerous. It's just misplaced, and it's just a diversion about what is going on, and and kind of not respecting the suffering of millions of people in Iraq and Afghanistan and Vietnam and destruction of Syria and Libya and Somalia, and those people were not done by the Israelis. Yeah, they were done by the Americans. The Israelis, yes, it's a client there to provide what necessary, and supporting Arab Zionists. Israel now is an agent for Arab Zionists. This is all, yes, that's facts, but coming out and saying Israel is the most violent country in the world, it really misnomer and misplaced claim and blame and destruction. And the same thing, Trump is most whatever incompetent. I'm gonna sneeze here. Yeah, every time I mention this guy, I just want to sneeze. This guy, Tucker Carlson, that is capturing the headlines in the news. This guy is standing up for AIPAC and standing up for Netanyahu. This is all bullshit. AIPAC is a tool that also the system is using them to kind of stifling any progressive and any alternative voices here in America and elsewhere. And so AIPAC were not involved in Vietnam or Afghanistan or our policy with China or our policy. They're not involved in that, but we still kidnapped a head of state in Venezuela. We were still shipping weapons to Ukraine, and so I think it's a tool, and Netanyahu, it is a tool. He is a tool. He is another idiot. Is a face of an apartheid genocidal regime, settler project. Since the British Balfour's declaration in 1917, and it was given based on the argument that we're going to be your client in the Middle East, and we're going to protect your routes to India, and that's what the Israelis been doing. It's a tool. It is a project. It is enabling the Western policy in the Middle East. So You really need to shut this guy off and send him back to his mic and studio and let him rant there like what I'm doing now. And I'm gonna about to stop. Support us, Substack, Ahmedia TV, and watch. My the Coptic Grave now won for been screened in four different festivals in Europe and India and here in Minnesota, Mesna Twin Cities Arab Festival, and I'm working on another short documentary, investigative one about a promise that was made by Unilever, by their brand Omo, to some of my children of my village about almost 30 years ago, and they never delivered that promise. I went and I looked for those kids because I met them about 30 years, 25, 30 years ago, and I found this video, and I'm trying to trace the people who were promised and try to get Unilever to deliver their promised prices and whatever. To check all this information, my Substack, my website, and we'll see you next week.